Jumping off the cliff, gotta take a trip. Slow ride when I'm off the shit. Buckle in.
What's up, YouTube? Hey, so it's been a couple days since that aluminum drive shaft install, and I figure I had some comments, questions in the comments asking for a review and have I noticed a difference and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm on my way to physical therapy. So we're gonna see if we can get a little bit of a feel for the differences and kind of hash out some of the what forums say, you know, things like, oh, I hear they don't want to do the aluminum drive shaft on the grid because they get like chatter or whatnot in the cab. And right now, you guys can listen. I don't get chatter at all, to be honest. It doesn't sound any different than it did when I had the stock drive shaft installed. Of course, I'm just cruising at like 30 miles an hour right now, but getting out the neighborhood. But we will head over to physical therapy, knock that out, and no chatter. No chatter at all. Actually feels pretty good. I'll tell you what it does feel. Before, when I punched it, now again, not too long ago, I replaced the crank position sensor. And after I replaced the crank position sensor, the car kind of woke up from its dormant sleep state. I didn't know my crank position sensor was bad. I was getting a service engine light. I did receive a code, and a code I received when I was at O'Reilly's, and they brought it up on the computer. They brought up the cam position sensor, and I think that was a mistake because I replaced the cam position sensors, the both of them, on the passenger and the driver's side, and then I reset the ECU, and the light went away, but then it came on right away, and the car still felt sluggish even after the tune, which I was a little upset about. After you go get a tune, I got big numbers. Well, I don't want to say big numbers. I got better numbers than what I started off with, but at the same time, my responsiveness from the vehicle itself, it wasn't there. So I replaced the crankshaft position sensor, and the car really did wake up. The service engine light's gone, and now that I installed the drive shaft, I do notice that in the lower RPMs, like for instance, I'm gonna go ahead and downshift to second gear, and it does puts me in the seat just a little bit. It's kind of cool. There is another thing that I did notice, and that was off the bat. I don't know for you guys that have G35s and 6-speed, but when you're driving and you switch gears, you normally get that little jung, that jolt, right, in the middle of switching gears. And I got that jolt a lot, and I thought it was because, maybe I'm a little rusty at driving stick, but that's not possible. I've been driving stick since I was 15 years old. So I went ahead and I would try to time my coming off the clutch and giving it gas to the T, and I had it down for at least what I thought was the correct manner of driving a manual. So fast forward, and I promise up and down, and you can probably ask any other G35 owner who has done the same upgrade, I do not get that jolt when I switch gears. It is smooth, and I think because of that knuckle that I showed you guys in the previous video during the install, when the power's being transferred, what was slowing the power transfer, and that was causing that little hiccup in between gears. but it's a way better experience when driving manual since the install. So that's 2. So yes, I do witness, or that's 3 I should say, because the first one I talked about any noise. I don't get any noise, no chatter, nothing banging on anything under there. 2, it is more responsive, especially in the lower RPMs. It'll push you back into the seat a little bit. And 3, that jolting that I used to feel when switching the gears, I don't feel it anymore. It's a nice smooth transition, which is good. It's what you want. In a little bit I'll jump on the highway because I gotta go to the shop real quick to see if they have the right tool I need to install the pulleys. If they do and they'll let me borrow it, then I'll do it. But if they don't and they say they'll do it, then I guess I'll have them do it. But I'll make sure I'll go ahead and record. I'll record the process so you guys can see. It's not hard. You guys know how it is. You need the right tool for the right job, right? You need the right tool for the right job. You need the right job for the right tool. No, you need the right tool for the right job. That was it. But yeah. So I don't get none of those hiccups. There's no noise. There's no. It is very responsive. It's a lot. Now again, I have a ton of things done to the car already. That'll be another video when I say what kind of mods I have done to the car. Nothing. It feels so good. I don't want to use the word floating, but honestly, I can't think of another word to really describe the feeling. You know what I mean? Again, hey, this drive shaft too, it's half the weight of the stock drive shaft. So that, that's probably why it feels a little lighter, I guess. I'd say it feels a little lighter. I can feel the weight difference, at least when switching gears and giving it gas. That's probably why it feels more responsive. In that video, I did say that, hey, this isn't going to give you, more horsepower. It's just going to allow the horsepower that's already there to be accessed a lot quicker. You know what I mean? So in that case, I think it's worth the upgrade. It's not super expensive unless you want to go to a full carbon fiber drive shaft. Like, you're talking about big money there. But this was only like $5 and change. I purchased it from Z1 Motorsports. In the comment section, I'll leave the link down below again, where you can get yours if you so decide to go purchase one. And that's it. I'll come back and we'll do some pulls on the highway. So I'm done physical therapy. I just top off and gas a little bit. We're gonna jump on the highway. Let's see how this thing feels. I already put it in tune mode. Here's my final thoughts on this upgrade. Hey, look, not for nothing, but this is a 100% worth the upgrade. It is so responsive. When I gave it gas and I shot onto the highway, it is, wow. It's it's like I'm driving another car. I only say that because there were issues that I had to fix before I even got to this upgrade. And now that I did the upgrade, I have no complaints. I'm 1,000% happy. Again, I still don't hear no chatter, no noise. Nothing that I don't think I would normally hear when driving the car. And then for you guys who think the noise is gonna be an issue, I say this: so as long as as your part is installed the way it's supposed to be installed, and if you drive with no noise or music or news or anything playing in the background, you'll never notice a noise if there is one. You get what I'm saying? So in my instance, I'm normally listening to CNN or music, or I just listen to the YouTube channels that I follow. But other than that, man, I have no complaints. And for the past couple days, I've been driving without anything playing, just to see if I hear anything different or anything that would worry me. And I'm here to tell you that there's nothing to worry about. The car's fine. It's operating good. It feels it's punchy. There's no jerking. It's really smooth. So if you guys want to go ahead and purchase this, again, I'm going to have another link down in the description. I have the link to both Z1 Motorsports, and I'll have the link to the Driveshaft Shop down in the description as well. But it's worth the purchase. It's worth the upgrade. I'm waiting for that new bracket for the oil cooler kit. I was supposed to do the oil cooler a couple weeks ago, but Outcast Garage somehow, some way sent me the wrong oil cooler. Not necessarily the wrong oil cooler, but the wrong bracket. The wrong bracket came with that oil cooler, and it was for the G37s, and I drive a 35. So I've already been in touch with Mishimoto, and they're sending me a new bracket. As soon as I get it, I'll go ahead and get hard on that install, and then I'll throw it up on the channel for you guys to check out. I'm just another G, and I'll catch you in the next one.